All right, for this video, I thought you guys might like a new view of the pool here in the top of my building, just to kind of switch things up. In this video, what I want to talk about is moving with your defense, or in a way, conserving energy while working your defense. Now, how I originally came up with this idea is, I had somebody say to me, can you do a video for us older guys who are getting into boxing? And the reason why that's kind of a big deal for anybody who's like 40 plus is because a lot of these guys grew up in the time of Ali, Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, the crazy heyday of boxing, Muhammad Ali being probably the most iconic sports figure in history, recognized all around the world. And you put that together with Rocky movies, Hollywood putting boxing on the big stage, and you have a recipe for putting boxing in the forefront of a lot of people's minds. So you're looking at 70s and 80s, every young guy wanted to be a fighter. And so there's a lot of guys who are in their 40s and 50s now who are getting into boxing because they didn't get into it before. And this video isn't just for the older guys, but it's just to give credit for how I came up with the idea. A lot of people who fight, especially if you're older, or even if you're new and not in the best shape, you're not always in amazing shape to go out and start zinging and moving around, zipping and using up a lot of energy. So when you can move and walk with your defense, this is a great way to stay in a tight position, not get hit, conserve energy, and also frustrate and make things tougher on your opponent. Now, one of the best things that you can do for yourself as a new fighter, or even let's say a fighter who's been around the block, is develop a tight peekaboo style guard, peekaboo defense. And when I say peekaboo, I don't mean like a Tyson type peekaboo or a Tyson style. I'm thinking more like Arthur Abraham, Joshua Clottey, Winky Wright, these kind of guys who are working in a tight traditional peekaboo stance and working defense. One example of why this is really important is if you look at anybody who wanted to fight Roy Jones back in his prime, let's say pre-Ruiz Jones. Roy Jones, RJJ, before he fought John Ruiz. Everybody knew that he's so fast, so quick in the middle of the ring, that if you have any chance against Jones, you better get him against the ropes and pound on him. And that's what everybody tried to do, is take Roy Jones to the ropes and pound on him. But Roy Jones had such a great, tight defense against the ropes, and he was able to roll and make those subtle motions against the ropes that even when people took him to the ropes, they still couldn't hit him. So regardless of whether you're fast, quick, whether you work out of the Philly shell, whether you're a long-range fighter, you will do yourself a great justice by developing, as part of your game, a tight peekaboo style. Once you have that tight peekaboo style, you can use it for different situations where you can conserve energy, set up counters, set up angled attacks, and overall just put yourself in a better position. So let me break down for you what I mean. If I'm here in my guard and somebody comes at me, I have a couple options. One of the options is to stand and block punches. The other option is to get moving. Make sure I don't fall in that pool there. Moving around and using your footwork is one of the best ways to defend. Ducking, head movement, active footwork. But the problem with it is it uses up a lot of energy, and not everybody is in a position all the time to use up a lot of energy. So one way that you can stay on the defensive and set up angles and counters is to be able to walk with your defense. Let me give you a demonstration first. If I'm here in my tight stance, I can block by moving. And I can go every direction: forward, backward, angle, sideways, backward. Okay? Now what is that doing? First of all, let's say I defend the jab. You throw the jab at me, I'm defending it. Out of my tight peekaboo defense. I'm defending it. Then you're gonna throw the right hand, block. Then you throw the left hook, block. Right hand, block. Left hook, block. Right hand, left shovel hook. Right hand, left hook. One thing that happens is that if you move when somebody throws punches at you, if you move and change direction at the same time, which is what I'm doing in this example, it's very hard for somebody to throw multiple shots off the same side. If anything, it will be off their lead side. Other than a jab, which you can parry with your jab defense hand, it's very hard for somebody to throw multiple shots and move and change direction if they're throwing those same shots, those shots off the same side. So what happens is when you move and block, you tend to put the person in a left-right punching type of pattern. So if I'm going to attack someone and move, if I'm going to move and change direction, I am most likely going to go into a left-right pattern, because it's hard for me, it's hard for most people to throw the same hand off the same side and move at the same time. If you can get somebody to throw in a left-right pattern, then it becomes easier to defend the punches as you move. Block, 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 block. So that's the first part, is if you move and block at the same time, you're able to get the person often to throw in a left-right pattern, which is predictable. The second thing that's important about moving and blocking at the same time is that you give your opponent the impression that you're there, you're close enough to be hit, and so you bait them into throwing. But at the same time, you're calm and relaxed because you're taking heat off the shots and blocking them at the same time. So for example, if somebody's coming at me, I will catch, block, 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 block. I'm blocking shots and moving by taking heat off the punches at the same time. All the while I'm relaxing, conserving energy, and sort of catching my breath if I need it. At any of those moments, if I want to counter, I'm in a good position to counter, especially if I'm fading off on an angle. Catch the jab, block, 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 boom, boom. Moving and blocking sets up the counter, sets up the angle, allows you to defend and conserve energy at the same time. Now, if you want to drill it, you should drill it in your shadow boxing. It's really simple. All you got to do is it's same leg, same hand on the block when you move. So here I am. You can always start out catching the jab. Catch it, catch it. You can move while you catch it. Move, move, move. And then any shot comes, left hook, block. I take a little step, block. Then my left foot goes, block, 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 block. Okay, forward, backward, to the left. Okay, if you're gonna go to the left and it's a right hand, you don't open up too much. You take a small step and you turn. Okay, small steps. So work that drill and use that to allow you to create space, stay relaxed, create angles, and set up counters while somebody's attacking you. It's a great way to block shots and not use up a lot of energy. Also, not take a beating like as if you're a heavy bag. If you're standing in the same spot, blocking, okay, first of all, the guy can throw punches all over the place because you're in one spot and you're taking a beating like a heavy bag, and you don't want that. Moving with small steps allows you to block the shots and sort of create a buffer by neutralizing the attacks moving. Footwork and defense together, moving at angles, small motions. Work the drills and then try to bring that to your sparring, whether you're an older guy or a younger guy. Either way, it's going to allow you to conserve energy in your sparring, tighten up your defense, and set up counters in the midst of attacks coming at you. Also, remember, you guys, if you are looking for complete, more comprehensive instructional videos, instructional information, go to my website, precisionstriking.ca. I've got boxing footwork, instructional video there, defense and counterpunching, head movement and getting inside, Padwork video, whether you want to learn Padwork or whether you're somebody who wants to improve their Padwork, and a beginner boxing book with an hour and 20-minute video preparing you for your first fight to make sure that you're ready, fully ready for your first fight. So check it out, guys. Peace.